In this video, we are going to look at how to create a waffle chart using map layers. So, first of all, let's start with understanding what a waffle chart is. Waffle chart is nothing but a square display consisting of 100 smaller squares arranged into 10 by 10 layout where the colored squares correspond to the proportion that you want to show. So right now we can see that 32% of the total sales belong to the furniture. 31% of the sales belong to office supplies. And you can see that 31 squares are colored here. So this is what you call a waffle chart. To create a waffle chart, you need two data sets. Your data containing values or percentage that you want to represent. For that, I have connected with the sample superstore data and fetched the order sheet. The second data set that is you require is the grid data with 10 by 10 grid view containing rows and columns that define waffle structure. So you can create grid in Excel by adding numbers 1 to 10 for both columns and rows. Each cell in the grid corresponds to a percentage point, and a 10 by 10 grid contains 100 cells correspond to 100 percentage of something. Now you have to click here on the add Excel and join your grid data like I have done it here. After that, you can drag this here to form a relationship between the two. We will create a relationship using calculated field. One, same thing here. This will create a Cartesian join. So now we have duplicated the grid for every row in the main data set. Now we will create a waffle chart that shows us a sales percentage of each category. For that, we will write a calculation field first. Sales percentage, oops, sum of sales divide by fixed sum of sales. Here, the fixed keyword ensures that we get the total sales, ignoring any filters or categories in our current view. Let me add aggregation here. So now if I add category, let's change its default format percentage. This is what we are getting. Sum of sales will give us sum of sales for each category divide by fixed sum of sales will give us sum of sales across all categories. Now we are going to create a map layer using Tableau's MakePoint function. So this will allow us to use the grid data as a spatial representation. So let's start by calculating a new field called map layer. Make point. Let's pass row and column. Now, if we drag it here, you can see that it has created a 10 by 10 grid. Now, let's create a calculated field to compare the sales percentage with the grid percentage. This will determine whether a sale should be filled or left empty. So, let's create a calculated field. Let's call it field color. If sales percentage is greater than or equal to grid percentage, then field, else empty. We add aggregation here. Category should be added here. Now let's create another map layer to show sales percentage. So let's create a calculated field. Let's add it to map layers. Let's add sales percentage to it. Let's convert this into text. Now what we can do is we can go to background maps and select none. If we want the field squares to be at the top, we can reverse the axis. We can unhide the headers. We can increase the font of the sales percentage. We can hide the grid lines. So row divider and here it is, a waffle chart using map layers.